Today we are going to go through how to open up your own personal training business. And I first started as a personal trainer in a gym, which many personal trainers start out as. And I realized there was a better way and a more lucrative way. I just didn't want to be tied to a gym job. I don't want to be shackled to a gym job. So there's several options for personal trainers when they enter the industry. The most common option and the most common route that most personal trainers take is they get their certification, and then they'll end up going to work in a typical gym job or a studio, or maybe you were doing some freelance work. And all of that is fine. All of that is great because it's going to give you experience. So what we do is we go in, we get a gym job, we get good experience. Maybe we do that for 6 months, maybe we do that for a year. But if you're watching this and you're listening to this, maybe you want a little bit more. Maybe you want to fast track that process. Maybe you're just ready to dive in to business right away. Well, I'm going to share some awesome tips with you here on this episode because, like I said, I did that gym job and I'm now educating trainers that you don't need to struggle and be shackled to a dead-end gym job. So there's several options for you. Number one, and a lot of personal trainers want to do this, is they'll look at opening up their own studio. And so what does looking up, opening your own studio or your own gym look like? Well, first of all, you've got to figure out all the costs involved in what it would cost you to open up a studio. So you're gonna have overhead charges, obviously you're gonna have rent. Then you're gonna need to find someone to maintain that place and keep it clean. Many gym owners that I know struggle when they open up their first gym or their first studio because they're doing everything, including cleaning toilets, locking up at night, being there first in the morning. So these are things that you want to consider if you're looking to open up your own personal training business or studio. And then not to mention the overhead rent charges, which can be, I don't want to give you numbers, but it could be, a lot of money, right? Where we're talking maybe thousands a month. Okay, so you got to look at the overhead rent charges as well. And then so let's just say, I said I don't want to give you numbers, I'm going to give you numbers now. Let's just say your overhead rent is around $5,000 a month for your studio. Just throwing a ballpark flat figure out there. Now you need to bring in $5,000 of revenue per month just to break even. Meaning you should be bringing in about $15,000 per month in personal training sales. And not hard to do, but again, not easy if you're just starting out. Then you've got to we have to mention getting up all your startup costs. So you need equipment costs. Right? So you're going to need to invest in equipment. Maybe you just want to have a functional studio that does just a lot of bodyweight training. That is great as well. You're going to maybe need less equipment. But if you want to have all the bells and whistles like squat racks and power bars and Olympic bars, then you're going to need to invest in your equipment. So that's one option. You can open up a studio. Just be prepared to grind that out for a little bit until you get enough clients to fulfill you paying the rent. Okay? And with COVID-19, we saw a lot of companies, we're still seeing a lot of companies that are going under because a lot of these studios now can't make their rent of $5,000 or $10,000 or $3,000 a month, whatever it may be. And they've got these expenses. So that's the one option. I'm not saying it's not a great option or not a good option, but there's also another option called online training. A lot of personal trainers are diving into this. I call it the gold rush of online personal training. And so what is online personal training? Well, A, there's no overhead. Sounds great. B, you get to work from home. And C, you can have a combination of doing face-to-face online training, or you could do Zoom classes. So there is sort of that hybrid model. So you've got that option as well, but again, it all comes down to finding clients. And are your clients, and are you the trainer that is going to want to go down that route? Do you want to go into online personal training? Do you want to only see your clients once a week? Or do you not want to see them at all? So there's different options for you in online training. We do online personal training programs, or we have a hybrid of both. So we'll do Zoom workouts where we see a client once a week. And then we'll also do strictly just online personal training. And so for online personal training, we don't meet the client at all. We just give them a program that has photo, video, description. And we hold them accountable by weekly emails. We give them meal plans, nutritional support. So all we're doing is checking in by email. Good option because there is no overhead. The only overhead you're going to have is marketing your services to get clients in the door. So you've got that option. A lot of personal trainers also say, hey, I don't want to go to a studio, so let's go back to the studio. I'll open up a gym in my garage. Perfect. So you've got to look at things like liability insurance, because now you have people coming into your premises. So you need to have liability insurance for that. You need to obviously fit your garage. You're going to lose space. You're going to have people coming to your home. And maybe run your own sweatshop in your garage, which a lot of personal trainers do. So that is another option without, again, paying overhead rent charges. You equip your garage with just your equipment that you're going to need to run a personal training business. And then there's the in-home option, and that's the option that we do. So we actually do a hybrid of in-home and online personal training. Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other, but with in-home personal training, you bring the service to your customers. And so with our model, we go to our customers. Just like back in the day, the milkman would come deliver milk to your door. The doctor would come to your house if you had an ailment. And that's what we've done with personal training. We actually go to the clients. And it's a very, very popular option because a lot of clients don't want to go to a gym. They're intimidated, or they're just, fearful of maybe, germs or COVID. And they just want to maybe work outdoors on a nice sunny day in their backyard, or maybe they just want to have the comfort to work out at home. And so that's a really great option. So we actually offer both, a hybrid of online and in-home personal training. And so you have several options if you're looking to start your personal training business. But no matter what option you choose, there's a couple of things you need to know. So I'm going to give you a couple of hacks here, because whatever option you choose, you want to make sure your business has clients coming in every single day. And so how do you do that? Well, there's a couple of ways and a couple of strategies you need under your belts, especially if you're a new personal trainer. So number one is you probably want to team up or model companies that are having success. So we fast track our personal trainers who come into our InHome program because we have a model and a proven blueprint that gives them success. So that's one option. Model success, because success often leaves clues and it's a very quick and straight line to victory. But if you're looking to do things on your own, then I'm going to recommend that you start marketing your services 80% of the time. So whatever option you choose, make sure that you're out in front of a camera like this. Make sure you're marketing your services 80% of the time, because oftentimes we want to wear the hat of business owner, the very proud hat of business owner. And so it's very easy to hide here in front of a computer and order equipment and create programs and do whatever else I need to do in front of this computer. Maybe design a Canva ad. And maybe spend hours and hours and hours, because it feels good. It feels good to hide behind here. But if you do this, no matter what business you're doing, you're not going to have a business. So you need to market your services 80% of the time. And you can spend 20% when you're first starting out on the rest. So remember that, because you need clients to have income. And when you have income, you're able to grow your business further. And with that income, there are a couple of strategies now you can use in place. So if you're marketing your services 80% of the time and you're getting clients in the door, chances are you're going to start to get really busy. And this should get you excited. As a personal trainer, that's our goal. We want to help as many people as possible. So we want to get people in the door. And so when we get people in the door, what do we need to do now? Well, now you're probably going to be really busy designing programs, training. And so you're going to have a little less time to wear that business hat, which is fine. Remember, you want to be marketing your services 80% of the time, but you want to reinvest that income and bring on your first helper, your first assistant, your first sub, someone who can help you. So if you're marketing, you want to think of yourself like the Oprah Winfrey of your life. Do you think Oprah Winfrey edits every video, responds to every email, schedules every meeting? No. If she did that, she wouldn't have the impact and the influence on the many generations she's touched. And so you need to think of your business the exact same way. So hack away at the unessential and start to bring someone that can help you grow your business further. Because if you're spending, again, remember, it feels good to sit in front of this computer and edit videos all day. But man, you could have found somebody probably on Freelancer or Fiverr for like 20 bucks a day to do something like that for you. And so you have to stop stepping over dollars to collect dimes. That's a very important lesson in business. Because again, it feels good to hide behind the computer and do all these things, but you need to market your services 80% of the time. And we are. The 20th century here, so you need to get your services out there. Remember, people like and buy from people they know, like, and trust. And so the quickest way to establish that rapport is by getting yourself on camera, because the more someone sees your face, the more they're going to know, like, and trust you, and then they're going to buy from you. So really important lesson here. So that's number one. Number two, a really important business lesson here is you need to have structure in your life. So one of the things that I did, and one of the things I personally do right now, is have more structure in my life. A calendar, a set of guidelines, a set of rules. And you may cringe at that thought at first. So you'll be like, rules in my life? I don't want that. I mean, I just got out of school. I don't need any more rules. I'm my own person. Yes, you are your own person, but when you set rules and boundaries and non-negotiables in your life, you're going to have more fulfillment, and you're going to be able to tackle all the obstacles, anything on your list, and you're going to be able to achieve your dreams and your big goals. If your goals are to vacation, if your goal is to spend more time with your family, with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it may be, you need to have these rules in place, otherwise you'll be chaotic. You'll be running a business that is responding to emails every 2 seconds. You'll be responding to a phone call, an urgency, but if everything is scheduled and in order, that structure actually creates more freedom. So I'll give you a perfect example of my day. And not every day is perfect. Like there are days where I stray away from this. And don't worry if you stray away from this, that's fine, but the most important thing is we try to stick to the schedule. So a typical day like for me would be to get up early, work on my most important tasks first thing in the morning. So my most important task to grow my business, whether it's shooting video, or whether it's putting together a sales presentation, but my most important task to grow my business is done first thing in the morning. I do not go straight to my email. I do not answer emails first thing in the morning, because that's not going to really move the business forward. I'll schedule that later in the day. Just like I schedule my cutoff time for the day, so I can be present with my family. And so we need these things in our life. We also need these non-negotiables. If you're going to bed one night at 1 a.m. and the next night at 10 p.m. and on 1, like, think about what that does to your body, first of all. But also, if you can't master yourself, how are you going to master your business? How are you going to train your clients and be a master to them as well? Someone that they look up to. So you need to master yourself first, and it all starts with having a set of rules, a set of non-negotiables. A non-negotiable for me would be, we are done, like 11 o'clock in bed. That's a non-negotiable for me. Some people I know are in bed by 9, and they're up at 6 or 5, whatever their non-negotiable is, whatever works for your life. Because if I were to go to bed at 1 or 2, would I have the energy to shoot this video first thing in the morning, which I'm doing right now here? Probably not. And so when we have these non-negotiables and the structure in our life, we have more freedom. And so you need to remember that. It's a really important lesson if you're going to grow your business forward. And so growing a personal training business is fun. It's exciting. It gives you the freedom, the financial stability. And the other route that we didn't really talk about is if you want to go into a gym and you just want to be a personal trainer in a gym, and maybe that's all you want. That's fine as well. I did that. I did that for a while, but I wanted more. If you're watching this video, you probably want more as well. But if you are working in a gym, then just learn from the best trainers around you. One of the things I did when I was in the gym is I always sought out the best trainer, the most successful trainer, the one who was closing sales 100% of the time. And just modeled their success. And then, of course, took it into my own in-home personal training business, so I was able to learn the program design, learn how to sell training, learn how to create rapport. And speaking of rapport, whatever business you start, whether it's online, in-home, running your own studio, running your own garage gym, I've hired hundreds and hundreds of personal trainers. The one thing I can tell you is I always hire on personality. Because all trainers, there's some trainers who've got amazing qualifications, but zero personality. If you don't have zero personality, it's going to be very hard for you to connect with your clients. And maybe the online personal training route is for you. If you're shy and just maybe having a hard time connecting with people, then maybe the online personal training route is for you. But we always hire on personality. So someone who is outgoing, someone who can connect with their clients more so than someone who has the highest qualifications. I've trained and been with some of the most qualified trainers, but they fail to connect with their clients. So remember that no matter what business you're in, you need to try your best to connect with your clients, whether it's a big smile, and make it about them. It's personal training. At the end of the day, this all goes back to personal training and about them. So if you show up there on Monday morning and talk about your weekend for half an hour, and you talk about all the struggles you had in your life, chances are you're not going to have a business that has clients that are continuing to stay with you. So you need to make it about your client. Yes, it's okay to share about you. It's a give and take relationship. But 80% of the time, again, I would be focused on the client and their progress and making them feel good and getting them results. And so when you're opening up your own personal training business, I've given you a few options here, but I've gone a little deeper on what it's going to take to succeed to have a personal training business. And those are the things you need to apply in your life right now. So if you're excited to get your personal training business, go out, do it. Just remember, believe in yourself. I believe in you. You can do this. You can be an amazing personal trainer no matter what route you go down and what business you go down. I'd love to hear back from you. Drop me a comment below, and hopefully I'll chat with you soon.